Okay, yes, fam. So the wins tonight were amazing. I'm feeling great off of them and feeling the hope that's needed to hopefully change our country for the better. The direction is very clear, and that has been articulated by most people with a college education and a need to pay for bills month to month. Because it's very clear that in a lot of places and in a lot of ways, things are harder. I know that my dignity and my honor, even my illusion for being an American citizen, is being literally destroyed. Every day in 2025, fuck it. It's true. And the reality is that we all see it. And it was interesting because in my own life, here on Election Day, I had the opportunity to see Kamala Harris, who came out to Seattle for her book tour, and I was in attendance. And we all know it, and she said it very poignantly several times during her dialogue, that this is unprecedented and we need to not normalize it. And I think the victories that were won today are a real opportunity for us to capitalize on centering the voices of those in need and the majority, right? Because regardless of what issue you care about on whatever side you're on in the political dichotomy that we have in our society, that we oftentimes also forget that without our shared experience as hardworking, freedom-loving American, we must not let this threat to that freedom go any further. That part. And it's just, it's a systematic destabilizing of our way of life, of our belief in what makes this country great. And I really want to say to those of us who are elevated in this time of victory that like this is an opportunity. This is energy. We need to move it in the direction of organized resistance to the erosion of our constitutional founding and the crumbling and eviscerating of our sense of collective morality and ethics, not just as a country, but as a species, as a global citizen, as a national identity, as a social identity or an economic identity, right? We're all in this world fighting for our identities when we should be embracing them. And we've been too destabilized and confused and manipulated and lied to and divided that we forget to center what makes an evolved human or human in general a valid contributor to our species and our collective direction. So what I do want to say though is to I want to say to our coalition, like, we have to be serious in this moment. Without clear and unequivocal actions that are actively resisting the turn of our government right now, then we will lose opportunity to move the energy in a way that sees it through. But the point also is that we can't give them their fodder. You know what I mean? They want to paint liberalists, leftists, Democrats, socialists, anti-capitalists, communists, all of the ists, right? Yeah. So I just wanted to say, don't give them the fodder they need. Don't give them the fodder they're looking for. They know what it is, and we just need to be serious and cut through the bullshit, because we need to double down on truth. We need to double down on social and ethical and moral lines, because I think that is something their side has completely eroded from their ethos, is ethics and morality, because of not releasing the Epstein files. It's not like I believed you, but there was a lot of people that believed you, and that shit would have been good for everybody. You know why? Because pedophiles are actually bad. Sure, there's reasons why, trauma, whatever, but that act is not acceptable and should not be acceptable in society. From our politicians, from our entertainers, from our spiritual leaders in the church and otherwise. You know, like pedophilia and the harming of youth in that way is detrimental to the species. We should try to diminish trauma in our society. Diminish it. Just not desensitize people to things, but reduce the number of contributors to trauma. I think that would serve society better than racism or sexism or anything. Okay, yeah, that is my word. Much appreciate y'all.